Okay, everybody, big noise. Proof of life in the Twin Cities, I love it. Welcome to Global Game Jam 2025. This is the opening presentation, bit of presentation. We're gonna do the theme reveal as well. Information about what's going on, about the theme, diversifiers, a bunch of stuff about the event. So settle in for a couple minutes, we'll get going. First, meet your organizers. These are the in-person organizers here the weekend. These are the folks you can bother with all your nonsense, and please do. And also, we got a couple of extra volunteers there listed who really stepped up to provide materials to make sure this place would actually be suitable for this many people. So round of applause for all the organizers and volunteers. And especially today, I've been stressing getting it all set up, and today I did like 10% of the work getting it all put together. Everyone who showed up before it started, put it all together, did a fantastic job. So thanks so much to everyone who's helped out so far, even though we haven't started yet. This is Noble Robot. This is a space that I manage. It's a co-working space. So this is my opportunity to do a little sneaky ad in here as a venue sponsor. We offer desks and keys for a monthly rent. It's the cheapest co-working desk in town, and it's a center of the game development community. So if you'd like to work in the best neighborhood in the city for not a lot of money, come find me at some time of the weekend, and I'll give you the stronger pitch. The general overview here is the schedule, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is all in the Discord as well, so I won't go over each item. I did add a couple things on this slide. I think maybe tomorrow we could do a music hour, if no one objects, where it's really loud. We can put that to a vote. And tomorrow at 8, I thought we'd all sort of go next door to the sports bar, which has a great menu. We'd all get dinner together maybe. So that's something we can all mull on as a group. And then when it gets closer, we'll ask around and see what people think. But yeah, the schedule is on the Discord and on the doc, so pay attention to that, especially the deadlines for getting your project up on the site and getting your first draft up. That's really, really important to your sanity on Sunday afternoon. So pay attention to that if you're new. And if you're not new, make sure everybody knows, you know, the folklore of Global Game Jam we've all learned over the years. The code of conduct, basically be nice. All our events are places where you can express yourself without fear of judgment or harassment. The full code of conduct for all of our events is at igdatc.org/policy, but the long and short of it is no form of harassment or assault will be tolerated. Like, not even as a joke. And I know all of you understand this and don't need to be reminded, but it's important that you are reminded sometimes. So that's the policy. Any concerns, come talk to an organizer. You can also privately DM an organizer if you don't want to, you know, speak to them in person or publicly. The people are here to help you if you need it. The Global Game Jam submission policy, this is something you should be aware of right away. Here's the quote from the website. The Global Game Jam is about experimentation, sharing, collaboration, etc. Submissions are licensed under a Creative Commons license. That's more than open source, that's public domain, essentially. So be really careful about when you submit things. When you're done with the project, you're using third-party tools, which you almost certainly will be, third-party assets, things you've licensed and have the right to use or distribute, but you don't own the copyright to, you cannot legally submit that. So at the end of the thing, when it's time to submit your content, you just got to scrub your project of all that just to be safe. It's not a big stress. You can ask some folks for advice on that. Just be careful about it. That's an important thing. But also, because it's kind of complicated and onerous, it's our policy as a site that if you don't want to comply and don't want to submit your source files, that's okay. You will not be disqualified. You can still jam, you can still complete your game, you can still put your build up on the website. Don't let this scare you. The important thing is to make a game and have a great time. But this is important stuff, so it's important that the information is relayed to you. It's your game, it's your rules, so you get to do what you want to. Global Game Jam is the backbone of this event, but you don't have to follow all the rules because being disqualified, if someone actually came and disqualified you, is not a big deal. You don't want to submit to the site, you don't finish in time, no problem. You want to ignore the theme, or just use this time as an opportunity to work on whatever you're working on just with friends. Fine, go for it. Space is yours. If you want to make something in Mario Maker or Dreams or something else that's not a real tool, like you're just as much a game developer with the rest of us, you know, it's your time. Use it how you like. You know, we're here to do game development. What that looks like is entirely up to you. Online details. We have a Discord server specifically for this. I believe everybody should be in it by now because we've kind of funneled you there. Your Discord czar is Sam. Sam, say hi. Listen to everything Sam says. If you have a question about how the Discord works, Sam is the person who will answer it for you. These are a couple of little summaries on what the channels are in there. We're all in person. Who are here in this room, we're all in person. But the Discord is where we're going to be actually doing all the communication, partly because we have a bunch of people online as well, and we want to work together with those folks. So let's this is our one source. So discussions, team conversations, you can use the Discord. Of course, nothing's stopping you from doing a stand-up meeting, but this resource is for you even if you're here in person. You can review, these slides will be available, so I don't need to go through each one of these things. If you need to speak to an event organizer, you can come up to any of us in person. If you don't remember what our faces look like, you can tag the organizer role. Let us know where you are, or you can DM those people and we can get, help you out. There's also the Get Help channel if you just want to say like, hey, I've got an issue and you don't mind who hears it. That's a good opportunity, a good place for you to do it. In the Discord, if you haven't already, select your roles. This will let other people know what you're interested in working on. This makes team building a little bit faster. It also makes it so that you can tag those people. So you can say, tag music people in the Discord. So you don't have to go around and say who does music. But if you want to do that, you can do that as well. The in-person details, the site rules here. So big one, no fish in the microwave. It's that kind of rule set. Be nice to the space, don't scratch up the walls. I rent this space, I'm liable. And if you see me nervous, it's a little bit of it is that, but historically, people have been great about it, so I'm not worried, but I'm gonna be worried anyway, that's just how it goes. If you wanna use any of the equipment that belongs to us, we have literally a bucket of controllers. We have cables, we've got a couple extra monitors. All that stuff is available for people to use, so just come find me and say, hey, do you have this thing I'm looking for, and I will help you find it. Clean up after yourself. No alcohol, no smoking in the building. That's actually a rule. I can't have alcohol in the space. If you're feeling sick, just go home. You can jam online. We have a robust hybrid infrastructure. We don't want people to get each other sick. And we also, I know it's very hard when you're not feeling well to abandon something that's fun for the weekend, but it's for the safety of everyone involved, and you can still participate. So that's just the reminder. You can all be the judge of yourselves on that. I also want to thank Nextdoor. That's a space rented by a nonprofit called Point Pathways. We gave them just a little bit of money to rent the space from this year, so please take care of their space as well because they were very generous in offering it to us. There you go. Here's the map. It's not, you can look around, you kind of know, but basically, here's all the spaces you can claim. If you need to move around after you've claimed a space, that's fine. We don't have assigned seating. There is a small conference area next door that is off limits. There's a little sign up so you'll know. So just don't go in there, like not to take a phone call or anything. It's just off limits. Throw things away, keep things tidy. I think that's all pretty obvious. The clubhouse behind me, and I'm just reminded now I need to put on the on-air sign. Sorry, Stephen. Okay. Now we're really getting out there. Yeah, rewind the tape. The Clubhouse is a podcast studio and a teleconference setup. So if you want to record some audio for your game, you can use this space. If there's a team in there working, work with that team to say, hey, can we use the space? Either they can stay quiet or they can step up for a minute. Let's all just negotiate with each other the use of resources, but it's here for you if you want to use it. It also, because it has a teleconference space, it's really good for Discord calls. So there's just one cable in there. You plug in, you get access to the webcam and the TV in there. It's all very simple. If you have a hybrid team, you will be prioritized for this space. So if you're like half and half in-person hybrid, that's a good example. If you're a 6-person team and only one of you is here, that might also be an option. If this is a space you think you can make use of, come find me and we can see if that you can get priority to it. Last year we didn't get a lot of, there's no conflicts in here, but I just want to make that clear that it's available for people to make use of if it would benefit their team. Here's the Wi-Fi information. You can see it on the screen there, but also there's a little laminated sheet that also has the information, so it's not going to go away. That's the Wi-Fi password. We don't have networking on the guest password, so if you're making a multiplayer game that wants local networking, find me and I'll just put you on the regular network we have here. But that one will get you there. Easy password, hard to forget. Food and parking, you all found your way here, so you should be good for that. But we have food on this block, which is listed there. We have more options in the neighborhood, and those that information is on the Discord and on the Google Doc that's on the URL. So all that should be available to you. If you're like, hey, what's good to eat around here? Talk to me, talk to other folks, organizers who know the space a little bit. But there's tons of stuff within like a minute or two. Okay, theme reveal.
Well, wait, the question.
Yes.
Is this a 24-hour site?
Oh, good question. Because I blew by the schedule, that's right. No, this is not a 24-hour site. So we close at 1 a.m. tonight, and then we open at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Part of that is, for the organizer's sanity, but a big part of it is that we want people to rest. We're open till 1, that's pretty late, and then on Saturday we close at 1 again, and we open at 9 a.m. on Sunday. So that's there's no nap, well, you can nap, but there's no sleeping here. All right, let's do the theme reveal. Is everyone ready for the theme reveal? Do we have any more questions or a Scott's disguised question, but actually in the form of telling me something I didn't tell you? Because I'll take more of those if you got them. No, we're good?
What about like people that want to join teams?
Oh, so team building is going to happen after this presentation. We're dedicating an entire hour towards putting Steven over there is going to be doing team building, and he's going to help you pair up with folks. So if you don't know what you're going to do or who you're going to work with, it's okay. The starter pistol isn't going to go and people aren't going to get ahead of you. We're going to spend some time on that.
There's
Yeah.
no rush or anything like that.
Steven, since you're back there, do you want to dim the lights?
Oh, sure.
I'm just injecting drama into this process.
And as the daylight is dawning, they come again in the morning. I'm forever blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air.
Okay, just give me a groan or a cheer. How we feeling about the theme? Okay. You can interpret it however you want. That's the thing of a theme. It's not restricting, it's actually freeing, because it gives you a box to play in and you can find all the corners. So if you're a first-time jammer and you're like, what am I gonna do? You're actually in a better shape than if you could do anything. So talk to other folks about how they handled themes in the past if you wanna ask about that. On top of the theme, you can do diversifiers. This is a really fun way to do, especially if this is not your first jam and you want to sort of spice things up a bit. You can sort of add optional sort of sub-themes that are a little bit more specific. The Global Game Jam website has a list of these that are voted on by the community, the global community every year. You can choose up to 4 of them in your game entry when you submit, but you can do however many you want. That list is on the website, and the link to that is in the resources that we've got. They're really fun because it can help you, again, refine your ideas a little bit more so you're not just stuck with a wide open space. This year, we also have local diversifiers, which Scott, everyone, round of applause for Scott for helping organize that. We have local diversifiers are additional things that we came up with ourselves in this community that are sort of, a lot of them are based on here. Looks like the slide deck didn't update. There's actually 6 of them. But one of the there's 2 main ones that are a little bit more complicated. One is called Minnesota Collective. So what we've done is we've come up with a pretend long-standing franchise, like kind of a Mario or a Donkey Kong or a Sonic, that doesn't exist, but everyone is free to make a game in that franchise, and then we'll have, does it look like a Nintendo 64 game? Does it look like an Atari game? And we'll come up with a little universe. So the details on what that is on the Discord, including the main hero, a color scheme, just light guidelines. And you do not have to talk to other teams. This is like, imagine all the different games throughout history. We're going to see what shape this thing takes. So if you want to be a team that does the Minnesota Collective one, I would love to see a bunch of teams do that. I talked to Scott, I think, about if you got ideas of that, and there's a discussion channel for that diversifier in the Discord if you want to chat with other people or have ideas that you want to share between teams. I have no idea how that's going to work, but I'm excited to see what happens. The other one is called Mill City Equipment. This one is use a tool made by a local developer. We actually have, here, we have a number of developers who made local frameworks and tools, and they're all really great, and especially if it's in a system you've never used before, if you've never done a Godot game, use Chickensoft tools. If you've never worked with Lua, or you've never done Playdate games, try Noble Engine. This is a perfect time to try something new. Why not pick something homegrown? So that's available to you. The details and links to those 4 are in the Discord. If you know of any other frameworks that are locally developed that we didn't put on that list, please let me know and I'll add them to the list so we can get those out there. And there's a bunch of other ones that are listed in the Discord. All the diversifiers are listed there. Okay, before we begin, a couple last minute pieces. Closing presentations. So at the end of the jam, we're going to come back here again. We're going to stream again for the folks online. And we're going to do little mini postmortems. So everyone they can have their laptop out and they can stream to the Discord video chat. They can share their screen. It will show up here and go out on the stream. Folks who are online can do exactly the same thing and we'll hear them out of the speakers. So as a group, we can do a little chat, talk about the weekend, share what you made, see what other people did in that Minnesota Collective theme. That was really, really fun last year. We It was billed as postmortems last year, but it ended up being just a great group discussion. So I'm really looking forward to doing that again this year, as a mix of the in-person and online folks. Also, our monthly game dev meeting in February is going to be a longer sort of postmortems. We do this every year. If you want to deliver a full presentation on your project, want a little more time to prepare for it, talk to Sam or Beth or myself at some point, but also more details about how to sign up for that will be coming in the next week or two. One more thing that's new is that we recently, you probably heard us talk about this at recent events, we have formed a 501c3 called Nice Games Alliance, whose goal is to support the Minnesota game dev community and whose main activities is to fund and support IGDATC events. It's a 501c3 public charity, tax-deductible donations, so please, please, please give me your money. That's how we're funding, that's how we rented the space next door, that's how we fund some things, that's how people can donate resources and be able to do tax deductions of themselves. It's a big step for organization, and so we're gonna be bugging you about it for a little while longer before everyone just knows it. The last reminders. Team building starts really soon. It's okay to push yourself, but do not hurt yourself, right? Don't work through the night. You're gonna go home and you're gonna be like, I'm gonna do another hour or two at home. I mean, I can't stop you, I'm that person, but but you sacrifice tomorrow when you do that. I know that from experience. Remember to eat, remember to have meals, be respectful of the needs and space and ideas of the people around you. Lots of brainstorming, don't be precious. You know, if someone has another idea, and even if you like your idea better, try experimenting with just going with their idea without an argument. Sometimes that is just fun. There is no way to do this wrong, and so any way you do it is going to be great. It's about the experience. It is about the thing you make. I don't want to dismiss that. That is a real valuable thing for you, and you will come out proud of the work you do. But don't let that distract from the experience and from the experience of others. I don't think I really need to tell that to this group, but it is nice to say sometimes. Use and share this venue responsibly. That's me reminding you again not to scratch the walls. Things are not going to go as planned. That is a rule of this event. In fact, if things go as planned, that's maybe the only way you could do it wrong. Right, not having a plan, that's the first good step. So just be excited about that. When something breaks or something doesn't work, or you wasted 4 hours tomorrow afternoon on something that didn't go, that's incredible. I'm so proud of you, you know? And take care of your teammates, you know, and make sure that you're all aware of how each other are feeling, how things are going, and, you know, have a great time. That is all of it. Oh, Scott has another question.
People probably saw there's snacks in the room. There's also beverages in the fridge.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, the snacks provided by Scott and Andy. It's the return of the Eat Zone, we're calling it, right?
I don't think I agree with that, but sure.
Yeah, all the better. And then, yeah, we got sodas and stuff in the fridge as well. Feel free to bring in stuff and use the fridge. If it gets too full, we'll figure it out. All the info, everything you need to know is in one place. It's at, you can get all these letters in this order, igdatc.org/GGJ. That will take you to a Google Doc that has the link to the Discord, it has a link to the diversifiers, it has a link to the code of conduct for GGJ, for our org. It also has full instructions for uploading and submitting your project on the website. That's really important because that information has been historically hard to find, so it's been distilled and just put in that document. I wrote that in a Fury this week, so if something in there confuses you, please come find me and correct me if I got something wrong or if there's some confusion, and we'll make sure that by Sunday afternoon that document is all anybody needs. So yeah, everyone have fun. We're gonna do team building next, and again, the main thing is, after this, there's very little structure. We're all just here to make stuff, and if you have questions, you have ideas, you have thoughts, talk them out, bring them up. Let's all have a good time. All right? All right. For folks online, we're going to say goodbye to you, but join us in the Discord, say hello, and we're going to start doing team building. So, you know, start putting in the team forming channel, start saying what you're looking for, and folks here will be connecting with folks there. And yeah, it's going to be great. That's it. All right. Steven. Where's Steven? Steven's in charge now, everybody.